Local school districts now have a better idea of how their students stacked up on the Common Core test that they took earlier this year. State education leaders released some raw numbers today, more than a month sooner than they have in the past. And our Capitol reporter, Kimberly Howard, joins us now to talk more about it. And I know that one would assume that if they're going to release them earlier, that the teachers are going to have a better chance to figure out what to do with the numbers.
Yeah, sure, Liz, that's right. Teachers can look at this data and see where students did well and where they may need some more help. But with a large number of students who opted out of the exams, there are still a lot of unknowns.
For the first time ever, local school districts have some Common Core test data to analyze before the 4th of July.
There's been a lot of criticism in the past that the state getting this data to the districts, oftentimes mid to late summer, just doesn't give them enough time to be able to utilize the data in any sort of meaningful fashion.
The report released Wednesday breaks up the Common Core math and English language arts tests into standards or concepts, reading comprehension, fractions, word definitions, and then shows the percent of questions within those concepts that students got right and wrong.
These are more reports than we've gotten previously, and they're also much earlier than we've gotten them previously.
North Colony Assistant Superintendent Kathleen Skeels is now pouring through the information.
These results are one piece of the puzzle. They're one piece of data that we look at to try to determine where we might have gaps or maybe redundancies in our curriculum.
But that may be difficult to do for some districts, which saw a large percentage of students opt out of the exams.
Well, I think that's the big asterisk here with all of this data is that how relevant will it truly be? So by a large number of students opting out, you really, it starts to, in my opinion, question the validity of it.
In North Colony, roughly 15% of students opted out. Not as much as in some other districts, but still a factor educators are considering.
Certainly when we get down to a teacher level, there are certain teachers who had more students opt out than others. So obviously their class sizes are different. And so when the state produces teacher scores, not all teachers across the state will get a teacher score anymore if they didn't have enough students in their class.
Now, the data released today also doesn't include specific test questions or individual student test scores. That information will be released and available to parents later this summer. Liz?